Braveheart. I'm sure you've all seen it. Great movie. Mel was in his prime. Why was it a blockbuster? It was about a great leader. It was the true story of William Wallace, a Scottish knight who was fighting the English. He didn't tell his men to go fight. He fought beside them. He was ready to die. He didn't ask his men to do something he wasn't willing to do. We honor leaders like that. George Washington, same thing. Our first president physically fought in a war. He didn't ask his men to endure something he wasn't willing to also endure. He is honored, a true leader. And then there are those movies we've all watched where the generals sit on their horses on a distant, safe hill, and they send their men down and watch as their troops get slaughtered. And then they turn and go home without a scratch. And we look down on those leaders. They look weak. There is no honor in that. I'm trying to make you see why the public outcry continues to grow. You are those leaders on the hill. You sat on your hill with Tract down at one side, your staff pushing you on the other, and you voted in this misery for us while you live on the other side of town. You get to go home to your quiet neighborhoods and you leave us to deal with the fallout for years to come. This is not honorable. If this data center were surrounded by open fields, this would be a different fight, but it's not. This data center is surrounded by our homes. It's surrounded by established homes, 250-foot setbacks. It's surrounded by children, babies, grandparents, hardworking families, people who work nights and have to try to sleep through the industrial construction noise during the day, people with health issues, people who thought they bought their dream home. This is wrong, and everyone can see it. There is only one leader up there. He stood bravely alone. He took one look at this map and he said, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want it for me, therefore I'm not going to do it to them. One leader out of 5. Jake, I know you didn't vote on November 4th, but you publicly supported this project. If your view has changed, you can say so. Otherwise, I have to lump you in with the rest. Remember COVID, when we couldn't go to a bar with our friends, couldn't go to sport events, no school, no entertaining, nothing? How did you feel when lawmakers who forced those rules on us were caught hosting parties and fundraising with hundreds of people with no masks, getting their hair done when we couldn't get our hair done? We looked down on them. Rules for thee, not for me. There was a suggestion online to set up construction lights around your homes just to give you a tiny taste of what we'll live with. And you didn't like that idea. Again, rules for thee, not for me. You seem surprised as the public continues to push back. Holly mentioned it a few meetings ago. I'm expecting that publicly criticizing your actions and speaking the truth will continue. Mayor, on April 7th, you talked about the public pushback as well. And you said it's sickening. It's sickening to watch. Anyone can find that on the April 7th meeting video. It is right before you guaranteed that the city would win the lawsuit. Josh, people fighting for their homes, their families, and their quality of life is not sickening. What's sickening is voting this in for people you serve while you live on the other side of town. What's sickening is watching you continue to double down, ignore the residents, and refuse to protect them. The truth is, you thought you could sell us out to Tract and that we'd lie down and take it. We aren't going to lie down and take it. We may not look like William Wallace's out here. Look at. But we have the same spirit and we'll keep fighting even against the odds for our homes and our families. Despite what your attorney may say, you and Tract could still change this course if you wanted to. You know you could, and will you? No. It would take way more courage for you to decide to protect us rather than fight against us. And sadly, I don't see it. But I'll keep praying for your hearts to soften, your ears to open, your eyes to see, and for you to find the courage to be the leaders your residents are begging you to be. And yes, the pushback will continue. And no matter how this ends, there will be no statues for you or your staff, because this is not honorable. Thank you.